Good morning, students. Today we start the second application of electrolysis, which will be electro-refining of metals. Yesterday we had the first application, that was electroplating with metals, and today the second application, electro-refining of metals. Electro-refining of metal is the process of removing of the impurities from metals in order to make it pure by passing electric current to it. Here we are going to study the refining of copper. You know, copper is of great use to us. Copper wires are used in making overhead wires. It is used for electrical purposes, but for this pure copper is very important. Even a small amount of impurities can decrease the conductivity of copper to a large extent. So it's necessary to make copper almost 99 to 100% pure. For this, for the refining of copper, we will take an electrolytic tank of with an electrolyte copper sulfate solution with some quantity of sulfuric acid is also added to it. Now if you see the arrangement, you will find these thick slabs of copper, they are the impure copper, which is connected to the positive terminal of the battery to make it anode. So impure copper which are looking thick here, they are acting as anode, and the thin strip of pure copper is also taken into the solution and is connected to the negative terminal of battery, which acts as the pure copper. So this is the arrangement for the electro-refining of copper. Now when we pass electric current to it, you know, copper sulfate solution will get dissociated to give Cu2 plus ion and SO4 2 ion, 2 minus ion. Sulfuric acid present in it and water present in it will also get ionized, but they will not take part in the discharging process. So here it is not necessary to show. So you know, this copper ion from the solution will be deposited at the cathode. That is the thin strip of copper what you see, which is connected to the cathode. This copper ion to each of these thin strips will get discharged and will be deposited as cathode there, where you find slowly the thin strip of copper, due to the deposition of this copper ion in it will become thick. So at the cathode, Cu2 plus ion will gain 2 electrodes, where it will be deposited as the cathode. You can see these are the deposition of copper here. So slowly this thin copper or pure copper will now become thick. On the other hand, when we talk about this impure copper which are connected to the positive terminal and is also an anode, and since it is an active electrode, so here discharging of negative ions will not take place. Instead, copper from the impure copper slab will lose the electron and come into the solution as copper ion. So from all this will be coming as the copper ion after losing electrons. So at anode, copper will lose electrons and will be changed into cupric ion, which will come into the solution. Again from the solution this cupric ion will be deposited at the pure copper. So now the pure copper will become very thick and will have the purity of about 99.9% pure. Now the impurities present in copper sulfate solution, some impurities will be dissolved in sulfuric acid taken, and other impurities like silver and gold, which cannot dissolve in sulfuric acid, will be collected near the anode. So we find these impurities, which are nothing but silver and copper, they will be connected under the anode or near the anode. And all these impurities that are collected near the anode are called anode mud. These are anode mud. So this is how we can refine copper to get pure copper. And the purity, as I said, will be of 99.9% pure. Let us now see another application of electrolysis. So now coming to the next topic, which is electrometallurgy. Electrometallurgy is the process of extraction of metals with the help of electricity. It is also related to get a pure metal and removal of all the other impurities from it. So we know that metals which are higher in the electroreactivity series, they are mostly found in their oxides, or you can see these metals have a strong affinity for oxygen and halides like chlorides and bromides. So these metals are not found in the pure state. They can either be in the oxide form or can be chloride or bromide form. So to get all these metals in the pure state by removing oxide or bromide with the help of electricity, it is done. So far these metallic oxides are concerned, since they are strongly held with the metals, oxygen are strongly held with the metals, they cannot be removed by a common reducing agent. These oxygen from metal oxides can be removed either by passing electricity to it. So let us see how it can be done. And one more thing, when we extract these kind of metals which are higher in the reactivity series, we take the molten state of their salts. We don't prepare the aqueous solution, otherwise in that case hydrogen ion will get discharged first instead of the metals. So we can remove potassium from potassium bromide using this process. Similarly, NaCl, sodium can also be removed and can be obtained in a pure state. Same way we can also have aluminium oxide, where aluminium can be extracted to get in the pure state. So the process altogether is same. When we pass electric current to this solution, suppose we want to extract aluminium from aluminium oxide, then on passing current to it, this aluminium oxide will be dissociated to give aluminium ion and oxide ion. Now you can see here both aluminium and oxygen have got separated. Now we can collect them. So at cathode, this aluminium ion 3 to the 6, so it will gain 6 electrons, and you can see at the cathode this aluminium will be collected. So easily this oxygen has been removed, and oxygen can be removed as oxygen gas as follows. Here oxygen or oxide ion on losing 6 electrons will be changed to 3 atoms of oxygen first, where these 3 atoms of oxygen will combine and will give you oxygen gas. So aluminium and oxygen has now been separated. And in detail you will study about the whole process of extraction of aluminium in the very next chapter, that is metallurgy, that we can do afterwards. Similarly, we can also extract potassium from KBr, potassium bromide, sodium from sodium chloride. I hope the process is clear to you, and with this we have completed the chapter. Thank you very much.